The deserts of the Middle East are like something out of a movie. And there's a lot more than just stunning landscapes in this otherworldly part of our planet. Right next to Israel and Jordan, you can find a treasure trove of history, natural beauty, and ancient stories. And Jordan is home to this place, Petra, one of the 7 new wonders of the world. Getting here to Petra involved a journey through the rugged desert. I came here with Abraham Tours, so here's how that journey went and what you can expect if you want to experience Jordan with Abraham Tours. After plenty of driving across the Jordanian deserts, we are at our first stop on this tour, Wadi Rum. Wadi Rum is a UNESCO protected area, and archaeologists have found evidence of people living here from 12,000 years ago. Wadi Rum is a vast landscape, and the best way to get around it is definitely by Jeep. You need wheels for this one. I have a cup of tea in my hands, which means it's a really great time to introduce the Bedouin. The Bedouin are people who have lived in the deserts of the Middle East for thousands of years. Today they still live in the deserts, and they have a very distinct culture and traditions. A big part of their culture is hospitality. And here in Jordan and other countries in the Middle East, they also host travelers in Bedouin camps, which is where we are staying tonight. And our last stop here in Wadi Rum is to watch the sunset over the desert. The sun's setting right over there. Wow, what a sunset spot. After a very full day, I'm now back at our Bedouin camp that we're staying at. This is the 7 Wonders camp. It's right next to Petra, so it's perfect for tomorrow morning. Here at the camp, we also had a really lovely dinner. This camp is simply stunning. There are these beautiful lights all up the side of the hill. So I'm probably gonna have one more cup of Bedouin tea before bed. So I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. It is daylight here at camp. I'm gonna go and head to some breakfast. And then we're going to the main event of this whole trip, Petra. The 7 Wonders Bedouin camp is right next to Petra, and we arrived early in the morning to spend the entire day there. And there is a ton to know about Petra, which is why I was really glad this morning started with a guided tour. And while I don't want to spoil everything, here are some things that you definitely need to know about Petra. Back between the years 400 and 106 BC, Petra was a thriving trading center and the capital of an ancient Arab empire. But when Romans conquered the region, Petra eventually was left crumbling and nearly empty before it was swallowed up by the sands of the desert. It wasn't until the 1950s that modern excavations began in Petra. The main features of Petra are these massive buildings carved into the stones of the desert. And get this, experts say that today less than 20% of Petra has been unearthed and the rest of it is still buried in the desert. Also today, Bedouins still live in and around Petra. They sell things and like to share their cultural practices. What do I do? Just look up?
Yeah, do you want to hold it for you?
That's okay. How do I look? After a lunch break, you have time to explore Petra on your own for the second half of the day. I definitely love that this trip has a guided experience here in Petra because there is so much to learn, but that you also get time to explore on your own because there is a ton to see and explore. This is one of the most incredible places in Petra. This is the Treasury. Getting here to the Treasury involves a bit of a hike, and it is almost all uphill, up a bunch of stairs, but wow, it is well worth it. I'm now on a path that goes to another high viewpoint, and there's basically no one out here right now. We are pretty much alone in this back part of Petra. After lots of stairs, we made it here. Totally worth the steps. Here we are on the 3rd day of the tour, and we are now in the city of Madaba. And one of the most famous sites here in Madaba is a mosaic tile map from the 6th century, and it is one of the oldest known maps in the world. And soon we'll be heading back to the border, but we have one last stop to make before we do that. We are now at the top of Mount Nebo. This place has a lot of biblical and religious significance, but it also has this really stunning view of the Jordan Valley and Israel. You can see in the distance as well. Time in Jordan was truly special. Jordan definitely needs to be on your bucket list. If you plan to come here to Jordan from Israel, Abraham Tours really makes this whole process extremely accessible and easy. They took care of the transportation, the accommodation, getting to all of these places. Our guide was extremely knowledgeable. I really enjoyed that this tour takes care of all of the details so I could just enjoy exploring this incredible corner of the world.